import versus domestic.
Llamen, no llamen. En el carril derecho, Jamaica en la casa. Damon Chincoqueto en el carril derecho.
Rude Boy, así mismo es Rosado Racing en la mecánica. Bill Lutz por el bando de los Domestic. Viene esa gente en el público. ¿Cuántos van a los Domestic? ¿Cuántos van a los Domestic? ¿Cuántos van a los import?
I'll tell you what, who's got the Chevrolet Camaro of Bill Lutz winning this race?
Viene, ¿cuántos van al import?
Who's got Rude Boy, Damon Chin winning this race? All right, MIR, get on your feet. It's go time. It's race time. Like I said, we sold you the entire seat, but you're only going to need the edge of it. Right here, right now, the Haltech World Cup Finals presented by Wiseco.
5 second alert, 5 second alert.
All right, who's going to stage first? Nobody yet. Revving them up. Chin's in. Lutz is in. Oh boy, Damon Chin was late. Top end of the racetrack. Win light. Bill Lutz gets it. 584 to a 592. Bill Lutz flat tattooed Damon Chin on the starting line. 584 to a 592. It's 1-0 domestics in Outlaw versus Extreme.
Wow, no, la cogimos bien feo ahí. Oye, la mejor reacción para Bill Lutz. Oye, hablen los Pitman, hablen al corredor. La reacción es importante. Lo dejó bien pegado en la luz con 0.68. De su 1.44, ganando Bill Lutz cómodamente.
All right, let's go to our next pair, as it will be Mark Benston Jr. and Alberto Rivera of El Humilde and Higgins. Who we got?
Timothy Foster Jr. needs your race control, please. Timothy Foster Jr., we need you to race control. Timothy Foster Jr., we need you to the tower.
All right, so Mark Benson Jr. of Selbyville, Delaware. Give you folks, it's about 10-15 minutes from Oak City over in Delmarva. And Alberto Rivera, El Humilde on the right-hand side. But let me ask you this. A lot of people think that El Humilde might be the favorite here.
Oye, vamos arriba, Mark Benston por el bando de los Domestic. Alberto Rivera, Boricua por el derecho en el Humilde. La escudería de MECTEC College. Liberty GR, CH Rental, dímelo. Y la gente de Gatúbalo Race Tour. Vamos allá.
It's El Humilde right side, Alberto Rivera out of Florida. Mark Benston Jr. trying to carry the flag here. The radial tire Camaro left side. Who's got Humilde taking out Benston here in first round? Who thinks it's going to the Camaro? The domestic machine taking out El Humilde.
Wait a minute, El Humilde is being backed off.
No.
So Mark Benson Jr. will get a pro bye to round number 2. And I guarantee you, that is not the way Mark Benson Jr. wanted to win this race.
I agree 100%. Mark Benston Jr., though, we'll see here what the number 3 qualifier will be able to do here, at least on the hit. For the 575-2 last night in qualifying.
Look at that, Mark Benson Jr., top end of the racetrack, 581-246, a statement run. But again, Higgins, like I said, not the way he wanted to win that.
Óyeme, Mark Benston Jr., el carro que acaban de ver, 581, óyelo, sin Willy Bar. Ese carro no tiene Willy Bar, 575 hizo ayer.
388 al octavo de milla, 204 millas. Está peligroso Mark Benston para los import. Así que vamos a apretar, import, vamos a apretar.
Oh boy, how about this one from the PDRA, the reigning Extreme Pro Stock World Champion, Alan Drinkwater, who had some of his PDRA friends cheering him on here this weekend, and Victor Flores, the big 21.
This is one of the matchups that already had circled here in Outlaw versus Extreme. The big 21 right side, the 2JZ Power Toyota Avalon and Alan Drinkwater Invecta. The 2021 2JZ Power Machine out of Florida. Lightwave International Titan Motorsports Precision Turbo on board here. For the left side, right side, you got Haltech, Wiseco, Bravo Lubricants, and of course, Mexican Racing here for the man out of Puerto Rico. It's the U.S. versus Puerto Rico, even though it is import versus import here on the starting line.
Vamos allá, gente. Carril derecho. Big 21 por el Team Puerto Rico. Brava Racing Team en lo que hay. Florito, de los mejores pilotos de Puerto Rico en los controles por el derecho. Vamos allá al Beckman Racing por el izquierdo. Team USA. Alan Three-Quarter en el Betna.
Looking for potential side-by-side 580 passes here on the start line with the Big 21 and Vecta, Drinkwater, and Flores.
As starter Jimmy Howard taking a hard look at the Big 21 car. He said, all right, guys, I ain't got all day. Let's go.
I think it was more of a friendly invite than an aggressive invite there. It was like, are you good? Yep, you're good. All right, come on.
All right, so here we go. Alan Drinkwater and Victor Flores. Florida versus Puerto Rico.
Drinkwater's in first, Flores in second.
Here we go, and problems for Drinkwater. Victor Flores with a 5.86.6, 251 miles an hour. He left on him. Drinkwater passed him at the 60 foot, and then that was it.
Igualando su tiempo de cualificación con 5.86, pasa Florito en el Pit 21 a la próxima ronda.
Viene pasando Puerto Rico a la próxima ronda. Viene una bulla al Callao.
¡Boricua!
Yeah, y mira quién viene ahí, el import más rápido del planeta Tierra. En el carril izquierdo, Nati Racing. Ayer corrió 5.54.
Oh boy.
Baby and Jose Caqueto, this is the one that I had circled for potentially the biggest race. It's a final style caliber matchup here in first round. The world's fastest import, Rafael Famanilla, Lenani Racing, JRF machine here on the left side of the racetrack, and Jim Howe in the Guardian. You've seen him on Street Outlaws. You've seen him ride the wheelie bars. He's going to try to see if he can throw one together here. This car has been 570s before, but he's going to have to drill the tree to try and take out Famanilla and hope, maybe just hope, there's a little bit of luck going to his side there for that right side Camaro. But knowing Jim Howe, knowing the Guardian, knowing the Odom camp back there, they're going to give him every opportunity. Rafael Famanilla just needs to go A to B, have everything go right. If he can duplicate what he did on that record run, I'm telling you right now, Raf is going to be hard to beat.
Oh, for sure. As Jim Howe, and like I said last night, he tried his hardest to get into the 5-second zone, and he said either I'm going to get into the fives or it's going to do something, but he came oh so close. Natty Racing, left side, 5.54.6, the quickest car on the property, even quicker than the Pro Mod of Isaias Rojas.
Vamos allá, Nati Racing, Chupatec en los controles. Vamos allá, Real Tuning, piloto boricua de Caguas en la casa. Vamos allá, PMS Race Car en la fabricación y los ajustes del Nati Racing. Saca la camarita, take out your cámara. 5 second alert. Quiere que queremos 5.50 ahora, vamos arriba.
Viene el número 1 contra el número 16. Vamos a ver.
Numbers 1 versus 16 here on the start line. This is a final caliber matchup here in first round. Lenani Racing left side, the Guardian to the right side. Jim Howe's going to roll it in first. Waiting for Famanilla. Build the boost, bumps it in. Lights are coming down.
He treed him. Howe got him on the tree. Isn't enough. Top end of the racetrack. 5.65 for Famanilla to a 5.87. Jim Howe was there, got him on the tree, and it just wasn't enough.
Tremenda reacción para Jim Howard, pero se quedó, como uno dice, sin power. De atrás para adelante, Chupatec pasa a la siguiente ronda con 5.65 en el Nati. Dímelo, Puerto Rico, dímelo.
Vamos allá, desde el altar de la patria, Lares, Soyan Racing. Viene donde están los fanáticos del Soyan Racing.
Next up will be Chris Rankin and Gilmar Gomez, ranking left side, the 87 Conquest of Littlestown, Pennsylvania, qualifying the 15th spot. Gilmar Gomez out of Dorado, Puerto Rico, the 2022 Toyota Camry, 2JZ Power, number 2 at 572 with a 3.
Y el Team New Generation por el carril derecho con Soyan Racing, Yomar Gómez, el Undertaker en los controles. Ransami Engineering es lo que hay. Titan Motorsport.
New Generation Machine right side, Jomar Gomez, the Undertaker, the wheelman here, and the Camry out of Puerto Rico. 2JZ Power out of the hood. Chris Rankin with a personal best, 599 with a 2. And I'll tell you what, for Rankin, he's going to need a little bit of help, I think, to try to take out Jomar Gomez. But we will see, and we've seen stranger things and upsets before. Could we see another one here?
Very well could. Gomez got him on the tree, but there goes Rankin! Top end!
Isn't enough! 619! Chris Rankin's moving on to round number 2. Jomar Gomez's car stepped up from under him there on the starting line. He's only able to go a 662. Huge upset. Rankin moving on to round 2.
And Rankin, you saw the car kind of nosed over a little bit, and I got to believe if Gomez had about another 200 feet or so, he would have gotten him by him, but Rankin gets the round number 2, and the number 2 qualifier is gone. Let's watch this on the replay. On replay, Gomez got him on the tree. And then it nosed over. Then Gomez, here he comes, just ran out of racetrack.
Tremenda reacción para Yomar Gómez, pero no fue suficiente. Con problemas, el Soyan pasa Chris Rankin a la siguiente ronda con 6:19.
Wow. As our next pair, Blue Destiny on the left-hand side of the racetrack, and Camilo Velez, Lake Wales, Florida.
Carril izquierdo tenemos, óyeme, el campeón de la edición pasada, Blue Destiny, el más fiebre en los controles. Carril derecho, Camilo Bad Bunny en los controles del RR.
Racing Product. Ambos autos en la zona de los 5 segundos, así que esto va a ser tremendo carrerón. Piloto boricua en ambos carriles. Blue Destiny TP1 es lo que hay.
Platinum General Services Pro Street Bike, you're on standby. Platinum General Services Pro Street Bike, you're on standby for round 1 as Blue Destiny to take on Camilo Velez, the MR2 versus the Solara.
Viene, ponte ready, vamos allá.
Side, there they go. Oh boy, getting very loose out there. Top end. Blue Destiny, 581, 251. His best pass of the weekend.
Hoy el campeón demostrando que está ready nuevamente con 581, 251 millas para el Blue Destiny.
So that 581.7, we believe, personal best there for Blue Destiny, also there for the round 1 win. As you watch the replay here, the lights down, they are going and out of here. Blue Destiny, a little slip and slide out there, never lifting, and just absolutely powering down the racetrack. Pair coming up, it's import versus domestic. George Bay, left side, Blue Thunder, the Nissan 370Z out of Argentina. 2JZ Power Machine was number 5 qualifier. Right side of the racetrack, Blaine Johnson, the Dark Heavy Power Machine. America, right side of the racetrack, the man out of New Jersey. This is import versus domestic right here.
Vamos arriba, mi gente. Blue Thunder por el carril izquierdo, Leo Berajano. Argentina en la casa. Óyelo bien, miren el piloto, gente. Osotek en los controles. Por el carril izquierdo, Blaine Johnson por el bando de los Domestics. Tremendo carrerón en los 5 segundos.
Here we go. George Warbe, Blue Destiny, taking on Blaine Johnson in the Black Dart. Lane Johnson's going to have to get him on the tree because he's given up almost 0.2 of a second to Blue Thunder in qualifying. You hear him clearing out the pipes in that blown Hemi 68 Dodge Dart. They're pre-staged.
On the boost is going to be Blue Thunder. I think he may bump it in first. He does. Johnson hits it second. Glides her down. Rex time advantage separated by a foul. Here they go through the quarter mile. Out in front, Johnson, top end. It's going to be Blue Thunder. How about Bonnie's 63 thou finish line at 240 miles an hour? Blue Thunder will take it and move on to round two. And the best pass of the weekend for the Dart, but it's not quite enough.
And they were separated by 1,000th of a second on reaction time. That was amazing. But George Warbe will move on to round number two as our final pair. Mickey Gonzalo versus Extreme will be, oh boy, El Jerry and the CEO, John Odom.
Viene, y ahora nos vamos con Harold Gómez en el Jerry, en el carril izquierdo, cualificando en la posición número 13 con 5.98. Carril derecho, John Odom. Oye, número 4 con 5.77.
Here comes the CEO of the Nissan GTR of John Odom. Looks like he's not quite able to get the reverse. He's still sound out there where he stopped at the burnout point.
Oh, here's the deal now. The starter will allow him to back up if there's times either running out to the car. Now he's got
con la picker. A rayo, ayúdala.
Uh-oh, I think the backup girl's stuck, though.
Uh-oh.
Se quedó
no.
Pit Girl.
Oh, no.
Get her. Grítale, grítale. Se quedó
Oh, one more.
¡Aplauso, Morillo!
Now I can tell you this, John. The one thing about these types of cars, and with John Odom, you got to have it on the right type of RPM for it to get reversed. Not like your standard passenger car. If the RPM is too high or too low, the car will literally, it will not, you can put it in reverse, the transmission's not going to engage reverse.
Carril derecho, oye, el GTR más rápido del planeta, claro está, con motor que no es de GTR, porque no viene en blower. 5.77 para el carril derecho, aunque la varita está alta para Harold Gómez.
Vamos allá, el Kane en los controles, Macho Matías, Macho Performance en la mecánica, Gringo Speed en la programación, Gaby Chassi en los ajustes por el Jerry. Vamos arriba, gente.
QJZ power left side of the racetrack.
Le metió otro dobletazo, viene, grítale, público.
Odom goes straight in, wait for El Jerry. He's going to build the boost. And Odom rolls it in deep. Jerry's got no. Jerry's time's out.
So John Odom is your winner. El Jerry timed out.
Apúntale uno a John Odom. Oye, le pasaron los 7 segundos a Harold y se lo chupó la bruja en el carril izquierdo, gozando tingo y tinguita con los domestics.
What a wild series of events for that pair.
Ay, Dios mío, no la cogimos ahora.
I mean, so the official ruling is El Jerry timed out, as we'll now go to Mr. Isaiah Rojas in the pro mod.
So Isaiah Rojas, right side of the racetrack, making the solo hit here in the Corvette out of Puerto Rico. Fabian?
Viene el Pro Modify de la escudería de Mectec College. Isaías Rojas en busca de esos saciados 5-4, mi gente.
He's gotten very good at Spanish.
Yeah, well, a little bit. Isaiah Rojas from San Juan, Puerto Rico. His father was a legendary Pro Mod driver in his own right. He was on the Platinum General Services Pro Street Bike, lane 7. Platinum General Services Pro Street Bike, lane 7. Isaiah Rojas became the first driver from Puerto Rico to win an IHRA national event in Pro Mod. He did that in Orlando, I believe, back in 2016.
So Lenani ran a 5:54 yesterday. So I'm going to ask Jose.
Oye, vamos arriba, gente. La escudería de MECTEC College. Isaías Rojas. MECTEC Institute en Orlando. Oye, los creadores del podcast desde el boquete.
Jose Ross, first ever to go into the 5-second zone of the import category. Now he's trying to take back the quickest pass record here as Rafael Feminilla went to 5:54 for fastest import.
9:18 short. Top end of the racetrack, Isaiah Rojas. 5:59, 2:55. Sounded like he pedaled it a little bit.
255 millas con 5:69.91 los 60 pies, 367 al octavo de milla, 5:59, 255 millas.
That's still just a 255 miles an hour. Whew. That's going to conclude the Pro Mod category here for the exhibition round. And now we switch over to Atomized Racing Injectors Renegade versus Modified for their first round eliminator here.
Viene y de uno de MECTEC pasamos a otro de MECTEC. Hoy el queredón, dímelo, Rafaelito Racing en el carril derecho.
Rojas got real squirrely there once he pulled those chutes. I mean, 255 miles an hour, dual chutes. That rear end gets real light and can sometimes come up off the ground.
Oye, Rafaelito los 90, piquete, Luis Rivera en los controles. La programación de Osotec, Gaby Chassi en los ajustes. Vamos arriba, mi gente. Brown Sugar por el carril izquierdo. King Esic es lo que hay. Boricua por el derecho. ¿Dónde está la Boricua en los bleachers?
McLeod Racing Warriors versus Chris Quarto. We need the top half of the ladder to lane 3 and top half of the ladder only to lane 3. Warriors versus Tres Quarto. Top half of the ladder, lane 3. Bottom half, sit tight.
Oye, tienen que apretar lindo y bello. Rafaelito, vamos a ver si ahora responde. Ahora es que es.
Viene Warrior versus 3/4. Warrior versus 3/4. Lane 3.
Rafaelito right side, the RX-8 out of Puerto Rico, the local man, the PDRA superstar, Tim Essick left side, and Brown Sugar, the Pro-Charged Mustang Essex-built machine, number 7 in the field. Both drivers going to the pre-stage beams. Essex to the left lane, Luis Rivera right lane. Essex going to go in first. Bill the Boost is going to be Rafaelito. Next time advantage goes to Essick. Here they go, side by side, top end of the racetrack. Luis Rivera.
6:10 nuevo récord.
Wow.
Para el Rafaelito. 225 millas.
Tim Essick looks like blew a left rear tire there up at the top end as Luis Rivera, a personal best for his machine, but all kinds of carnage and body parts looks like up at the top end of the racetrack there. Tim Essick, I believe, blew a left rear tire out, but a personal best run there for Luis Rivera to take out the Brown Sugar machine. Is right now all eyes on Tim Essick, but again, kept the car off the wall.
Óyeme, .96 para Falito en los 60 pies.
3.94 al octavo, gente.
I've been told that Tim Essick is okay down there at the far end of the racetrack. So that's blew the left rear as we see the EMTs, the officials down the way. Here's the replay. Right about there. Bang. Oh my goodness.
That is violent. How did he keep that? He kept it off of Rafaelito. Tim Essick using every ounce of driving ability.
My goodness.
Man, I've never seen a tire explode like that. 221 mile an hour tire explosion for Tim Essick.
Wow, tremenda salvada que ha dado el Mustang al final de la recta a 221 millas. Se le explotó la goma luego de pasar la pizarra abriendo los paracaídas. Pudo controlarlo, oye, y no logró alcanzar a Balito.
Man, oh man. So another replay coming up here, real-time speed again. So here it is, folks, coming up. You folks watching on Flow. Right, again, the left rear tire lets go, and then Stutzline ever he kept it away from Luis Rivera. Didn't hit the wall. Again, Tim Messick did one hell of a driving job to one,
Oh, man.
not hit the wall, and two, not hit Rafaelito.
I mean, here's the crazy part. Rafaelito there just ran a personal best 16 with a 3 to be out in front of Essick. Essick blows the left rear tire. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Rafaelito running a personal best, and Tim Essick with an absolute driving job on the top end, blowing a left rear and keeping it off of Rafaelito and the wall. That could have been bad. That could have been bad. Man.
Queremos felicitar a la escudería de Mectec y a Falito, que sabemos el arduo trabajo que están buscando esos números y ya están llegando 6:10 para el rotor mayor a 225 millas, 3.94 al octavo de milla, .96 en los 60 pies.
Great side-by-side run there for Luis Rivera. Again, running a personal best, taking out Brown Sugar, but all eyes on Tim Essick there right now is, that was a heck of a ride. Heck of a driving job there by Tim also. I mean, blowing a left rear tire at 200 plus miles an hour. Man. As you see there on FloRacing, the Rafaelito team coming together, running a personal best, big hugs as they'll be moving on to round number 2. Justin Shaker missing you for Pro Street Bike. Justin Shaker missing you for Pro Street Bike. Once again, we have called the top half of the ladder for the Warriors versus Tres Cuarto category. Again, top half of the ladder. We need you guys to lane 3 for McLeod Racing, Warriors versus Tres Cuarto. Again, McLeod Racing, Warriors versus Tres Cuarto. Top half of the ladder. Need you to lane 3. And guys in lane 5, sit tight. We will be calling here shortly.
Bill, 584?
Yeah, we was expecting 79, 77, but we'll take an 84 as enough to get the job done. One import down, now how many to go? Like 25 more?
The deck is stacked very high, my friend. The deck is stacked very high.
Yeah, we'll be watching this Jim Howe and the number 1 qualifier race pretty close. I think Howe's got something for him. You know, the import guys are notoriously late on lights. If Howe can run a low 70 like we know he can, I think he's got a shot.
Well, we're going to find out along with everybody else going in the next round.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
He's going to track cleanup is underway right now after Luis Rivera and Tim Essick going side by side. Rivera taking the win. Essick right through the traps, losing a left rear tire. 221 miles an hour. I mean, pulled the chute and the tire went at the same time. And that is definitely not a ride I want anybody to ever experience. Man.
Well, that's probably not the way you were thinking about winning round 1, but you'll take it, right?
Oh, absolutely. Before I staged, my dad said, "Well, you gotta buy, but
you know, probably just lift a half track and be good. He said, or I guess if you think you need lane choice, just leg it out. And I did.
Well, 581's nothing to bark at.
No, not at all. We just, you know, the weather coming from yesterday to today and it's slowed it down a little bit. So we'll go back, look at some data and see if we can crank her up a little more, see who we got.
Catch you next round.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Earlier than it did last year. So for those of you guys that got your advance tickets, you guys are welcome to come on in. Those of you guys that got your wristband already, you guys are good to go. If you've not purchased your ticket, well, it's an official sellout. There are no more tickets available, and it absolutely hurts, but you guys have been told all year long that we would sell out before and that we would sell it again. And guess what? We have sold out once again, sold out before 10 a.m. I think we're going to try to get one more, maybe two more replays here on FloRacing of Tim Essick there. So you'll hear us talking about it for those of you guys here in the stands. This is just absolutely nuts. So you're going to see here on FloRacing that side-by-side pass. Rivera putting on a personal best, 6-3. We've been chasing that for quite some time. As rolling here. Tim coming up here through the traps, pulls the chutes, and the tire explodes at the same time and just absolutely obliterates that everything on the left rear end. How Tim kept it off of both Rivera, the wall, and I mean using every ounce. And you can see again the fire team already rolling. That car is just absolutely hurt. That's the slow-mo version here. Here's in real speed. Boom. 221 miles an hour that tire exploded out at. Man.
And great job of the FloRacing guys. How about our fire rescue crew? No sooner they saw the tire let go,
Chris, you still playing chess?
I'm still playing chess, man. We're trying to keep this thing alive. Look, I know these 5-second numbers are really important, and they were really important to me yesterday. It was a little disappointing when I went out against that record-breaking pass, and the guy got in my lane, and I thought was hoping to make a good lick, and then when I looked at the video later on the night and realized I was so happy that the car had a problem and did make a good pass, I would have been a conquest animal for him and been right up his butt. So today we did make a better hit up front, and we just had it set up to where we drop out boost at a certain amount of time just to be safe. And my guys down on Mike, like, he shook or something, shook. And I just kind of held it like half, three-quarter throttle when I got out to the 8th mile, and then it just laid over on his boost, and I'm like, well, I don't see him, so we're good. So I just want to play it safe, man. Like I say, my plans are leaving tomorrow to head to Texas, and I got a commitment to MPK, and I want to try and stick to that and not burn this thing down to the ground. So if it takes 6.05, 590 passes to do it, it will. I have a 570 tune-up engine on that button right there. If I got to hit it, it's there. I just don't want to use it unless I got to. So we're going to hope for the best and keep just playing chess, man.
Rankin, he's sticking to his strategy. Let's see if he can get by another round. Outlaw versus Extreme. Oh, and keep it together. All the pieces are in there.
Congratulations, Luis Rivera, there on the personal best, 6-3. I don't want to take away from that absolute stellar run that he had. I mean, that's just fantastic.
in the top half of the ladder of McLeod Warrior versus Trace Quarto. To the lanes, please, for pairings. The top half of the ladder of McLeod Warrior versus Trace Quarto. To the lanes, please. Real quickly, folks, if we can grab him, we're going to try to see if we can talk to Rodney Williford, our the number one point man in Orange Express Pro Street.
Blaine Johnson snuck by again.
Yes, we did. We're trying like hell to get this thing to move, and we're starting to get her there.
Well, right now, I think the domestics are taking care of this import deal.
We're trying. We're really giving it hell. I can't even explain how excited I am. This is our first quarter-mile race, and we've already won 585. It's great. It's awesome.
Well, you know, there's 2 screws going on to round number 2.
I love them. They're the best. They run good, and we're going to continue to push this one just as much as everybody else.
Black Beauty Dart with the screw going on to round number 2.
Great day, great weather.
Now, Friday night, you were on fire down there at the top end of the racetrack. What is going through your mind when you're like, uh-oh?
Well, at first I just wanted to make sure I wasn't on fire. So looked down, bike was on fire. Fire wasn't on me, so I decided to stay on the bike as long as I could and kind of let the fire put itself out. And fortunately, it went out and everything was good.
What exactly happened? Just something, what happened to the engine?
Yeah, it broke a rod, broke the front of the engine off. Basically, it saw the front of the engine off the bike, so all of the oil evacuated out the motor onto the header. That's what caught on fire, created the fire, and then there was fuel coming out of that cylinder that was basically no piston anymore, so the fuel was also fueled the fire as well until I shut it off.
You're good. You got Jason Dunning in round 1. Now, you two know each other very well. In fact, at the Fall Nationals round 1, unfortunately, you had took a first-round loss. He had engine failure, but you were willing to give him one of your spare motors so he could try to chase you for a championship.
Yeah, you know, I think in the Pro Street community, we're all really close-knit. We want to see our fellow racers and competitors do well also. And it would have been exciting to see Jason try to go out there and win a race and set a record. I think he had to win the race and set a record to beat me. So, you know, I would have paid to watch that. So I was willing to give him what I could, but they had other issues with the bike.
Rodney, best luck to you again. Rodney Williford, arguably one of the most decorated Pro Street racers in history. He's been 634s in his career, and he's hoping he can become the first Pro Street rider ever to go 2 times the victory lane here at the World Cup Finals. Higgins?
Cleanup is pretty much complete at this point here. Domestic losing a left rear tire through the quarter-mile tracks there. And we get ready to rock roll.
Well, that was kind of anticlimactic.
Oh my gosh. I knew the trans brake wasn't going to hold. When I put it into gear, it banged. And so when I hit the button, I knew it wasn't going to hold. So my only shot was to time him out, right? So he was on the first. I pulled in, and I got lucky. I don't know how it happened. It was kind of, I've been doing this a while, confusing for me, but we got the win. We move on to the next round, and we can't be more grateful to be here.
We'll see if he can pull off another rabbit out of the hat in round number 2.
Excellent.
Thank you. Hey.
Roll water box. It's going to be Randy Lambert and Roel Acevedo coming up here. As the left side of the racetrack, Randy Lambert in that 69. Chevrolet Camaro went a personal best 6017 in qualifying. Trying to see if he can do a little bit better here. Right side, Roel Acevedo here, the RX-8. Just want to try to get down the racetrack to Bandon, Bisbee, Florida. Faster Motorsports entry here on the Napa side of the racetrack. We'll see what he can do next to the domestic there of Lambert.
Vamos allá, Gabriela Nicole en la casa por el carril derecho. La escudería de Moncho Performance. Wilber Performance la programación. Gaby Chassi los ajustes. Faster Motorsport. Raúl Acevedo en los controles. Randy Lambert por el carril izquierdo, cualificando número 3. Vamos a ver, Gabriela Nicole en la casa. No se deja. Vamos arriba.
Lambert ready to go. He's already into the pre-stage beams there for the left side of the racetrack. Fire core, fire 50 wires, precision turbo, HFR fabrication on board. As Roel Acevedo, him to go to the pre-stage beams here. As we are ready to go. Both drivers going to start, put the RPMs up and build the boost. Acevedo's in, waiting on Lambert. Lambert's in. Lights are down. Acevedo better reaction top. Here comes Randy Lambert. Top end of the racetrack. Your win light puffs the smoke out of Lambert. 6:13 with a 5. He will take the win as Roll Acevedo. He was out of it early. Goes to 7:55.3 and only 1:34.
Vamos allá, 6:13, 223 millas para Randy Lambert. Raúl Acevedo con problemas, hizo tremenda reacción y 60 pies con 1:05. Luego confrontó problemas.
Is Chris Powers on the right hand side of the racetrack. That is, yes, ladies and gentlemen, a mountain motored pro stock. He competes over in the PDRA series in the Liberty Gears Extreme Pro Stock category. This thing is 818 cubic inches, no nitrous, no turbo, no supercharger, just straight up mountain motored horsepower.
Uy, All Motor por el derecho con Chris Powell. El Pro Stock por el derecho, Miguel Rivera en el Yankee. La escudería de Betún Performance, Miguelito Afal. Dímelo, Gelo, dímelo, Gelo.
Viene mi gente, carril derecho, un Pro Stock, corillo, de esos de Necharey All Motor. Ahí no hay nitro, ahí no hay turbo que valga en el carril derecho. Se enfrenta a el Yankee en el carril izquierdo.
Vamos allá, Domestic por el derecho, Import por el carril izquierdo.
Here we go, Chris Powers. So round one of versus modified. Chris Powers did reset the MIR track record for a mountain motor pro stock at 6:18 during qualifying. Here we go. I've been here with Chris Powers, but he is
tómalo.
Top end of the racetrack. El Yankee goes a 662, 210 miles per hour. Chris Powers had started on it, but when he probably looks like went to grab second gear, that was it.
Oye, ganando Team Puerto Rico. Vamos allá, gente. 1:05, no 60 pies para De León Wiregun. Tremenda reacción. No se dejó. 4:30 al octavo. Y se fue el Pro Stock con los Panchos. Que se vaya para Necharey, papá, que aquí tiene que guerrear con los nuestros. Así que suelten los chavitos, los que apostaron. Vamos a guerrear.
Está triste, Tinguito y Tinguita, está triste. Te estamos dando lo tuyo, vamos allá.
Pilito por el carril izquierdo. Yamil Negrón, Yamil Tech es lo que hay por el izquierdo. Boricua también, vamos arriba por el izquierdo. Domestic por el derecho.
Real quick, I need a Warriors versus Trace Quarto to the lanes, please. All cars in Warriors versus Trace Quarto, McLeod Racing. Warriors versus Trace Quarto, need to the stage lanes, please. As Yamil Negron left side, Palito out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. Ty Casper. Right side out of Westville, New Jersey. The 05 Mustang is the RX-8 taking on the Ford Mustang.
Viene, viene. ¿Y dónde está mi gente latina? ¿Dónde están los latinos? Una bulla a los latinos. Todos los latinos, grítale latino.
Here we go. Import versus domestic. Right here, right now. In qualifying, Ty Casper was over a second quicker. We've already seen a few upsets today. Could we see one more? Waiting on Ty Casper to pre-stage, and he's pre-staged. Watch here. And
viene JCG con Trocho, dímelo, Zazule.
And we're going to have a little staging duel. Up, Ty goes in. Negron got 7 seconds. He's in. And Negron left on. Here comes Ty Casper. Ty Casper gets around him to a 7:18, 152. A very ugly 7:18, 152. Ty Casper got the start off 8 and it seemed like the car just died on him.
Wow.
Man, with Ty Casper moving on.
Tremenda oportunidad que perdimos ahora, mi gente.
Viene, pero ahora la podemos ganar, Coqueta, ahora la podemos ganar. Y mira quién está ahí en el carril derecho, el boss. Carril izquierdo, el Cletus McFarland. Dímelo, Cletus en la muleta en el carril izquierdo. Grítale a Cletus. Pero también grítale a el boss, Rotary Power. Tremendo carrerón, será el desquite aquí de la Starler. Vamos a ver si el boss se encarga de eso y le da lo suyo a Clitos.
Viene Boricua, actívate Boricua, actívate Boricua. Viene que somos muchos, vamos arriba. El boss, Uritech en la mecánica, RJ en la casa.
Here we go, Oscar Gallagher's the left side, El Bus. Winner Aiden Boy on the right side. Where are my Cletus McFarland fans at out there? Cletus McFarland in the 86 El Camino, won in this car last year, but in a different category.
Viene, ¿cuántos van al auto del Team Puerto Rico?
About two guys from Florida, the mullet left side, El Bus on the right side. I'll tell you what, Cletus McFarland, he's a great guy, loves to have fun, but I'll tell you what, when he puts that helmet on, he is all business.
Viene, vamos allá, vamos a ver si es verdad que tenemos un rotor ready para él en representación, oye, de toda la Starler local en el boss, va a darle lo suyo, vamos a ver.
Viene Manolo, menea la bandera, Manolo.
Here we go, Cletus and Ella Garza. Waiting on Cletus to stage, he's in. And Scarlett is going to Cletus McFarland. Here comes the RX-7. Top brother, Cletus got loose. And El Boss, 653. Cletus was out on him, got a little loose about the eighth ball, had to bring his right foot up, and Oscar Galagarza takes out the mullet.
Tiene una bulla al callo.
Derechito para el vagón, hacer contenido, vamos allá.
Yo soy boricua. Yo soy boricua.
Para que tú lo sepas, ahora tiene tiempo para grabar para YouTube. Vamos arriba.
Que grabe este contenido del palo que le dio ahora mismo.
Viene Ilvi Sáez, el bruto en el carril derecho. Carril izquierdo, el jefe de jefes, el tiki-traki en los controles. El rotativo más rápido del planeta Tierra.
Vamos allá, Joel Olivo, el tiki-traki en los controles por el jefe de jefe.
Carlos Alito, the car, El Jefe on the left-hand side. He's definitely a wheelman driving multiple cars. Here this weekend, the 06 Dodge Avenger 13B powered engine, and Urban Sáez, El Bruto out of Puerto Rico, the 07 Mazda 6, Abraham Son Towing. These two are good friends, but they won't be for about 6.3 seconds.
Vamos allá, Ilvi Sáez, el bruto, boricua en ambos carriles, tiki-traki alerta de 5 segundos, vamos arriba.
Here we go, who's going to stay first? El Jefe goes in, Sáez goes in, lights are down, and there they go. El Bruto drilled him on the tree. Top end of the racetrack, it is over, 6:36.
6:36 para tiki-traki que pasa a la siguiente ronda a 228 millas por hora.
Uy.
Y del rotativo más rápido del planeta pasamos al 4 cilindros más rápido del planeta. Carl Brunet en el carril izquierdo.
Viene donde están los fanáticos de Carl Brunet, el Cuco, el Top Gun. ¡Grítale!
Carl Brunet won this race last year in Naperville, Ontario, Quebec, Canada, at 2011 Pontiac GXP. All right, so here we
Dímelo.
go. Carl Brunet on a solo run. We had an odd number of cars on the qualifying ladder. So here we go. Carl Brunet again got a free pass into round number 2. Run out of Naperville, Quebec, Canada.
Mimito, esos son los beneficios de cualificar. Primero te vas, mire, de gratis a la siguiente ronda.
There he goes, one flat short. Top end, he's out of the throttle. 409, 149 at the 8th mile. That'll complete. Atomizer Racing injectors.
1:00 y 4:09 al octavo de milla para Carl Brunet. Vamos allá, Pimal también se va solo. Recuerden que también se tiró un 5.86 ayer, 2 pases de 5.8. Así que el Cuco no está lejos, que el de nosotros también viene ready.
Así mismito es. Oye, estando en los mismos 5.86, ahí está el Honda. Bueno, uno de los Honda más rápidos del mundo.
Dímelo, Ricky McTech.
Ryan Salmon was, had the crash yesterday, or once again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you mark your calendars for 2 dates. First one, September 1st, 12 noon. That is when...
If you're building a track car or a daily driver, Autosports Engineering has got you covered. We manufacture some of the best billet performance parts in the market today, from transmission conversions to custom carbon drive shafts and drive shaft adapters. We use only the highest quality materials and equipment to ensure that our parts are not only strong, but also the finest quality. Whether you're looking to improve your vehicle's performance, reliability, or durability, Autosports Engineering has the perfect solution for you.
We drive tech. We drive the industry. Going beyond the limits and advancing forward. A versatile all-in-one solution. We're here for you every step of the way. And that's why you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
Whether you're building a dedicated track car or a daily driver, Autosports Engineering has got you covered. We manufacture top quality billet performance parts that cater to a wide variety of applications, from transmission conversions and custom drive shafts to valve covers. We use only the finest materials and advanced technology to produce the most reliable parts out there in order for you to achieve your goals. If you would like to find out more about our products, feel free to reach out to us at autosportsengineering@gmail.com or check out the website at autosportsengineering.com.
Weldon, pumps, regulators, filters, fueling champions.
You're watching the biggest international drag race in the world, the 27th Annual Haltech World Cup Finals, presented by Wiseco. Live from Maryland International Raceway.
Here next year at Maryland National Raceway 2 at Virginia Motorsports Park. Appreciate all the good folks at Virginia Motorsports Park for welcoming the XDA in each year. As now we'll go to Platinum Joe Services Pro Street Bike. Mark Rendeluke on the Coors Line side of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, qualified number one spot at 636. 233 miles per hour. Jordan Haas on the right side qualified 8th at 656 with a 9.221. And these guys qualified 8 bike field. And these bikes are street legal. Here we go. Mark Rendeluke, Jordan Haas. Woodford Racing on the right side. DME Racing on the left. Again, in the history of this category, no one has ever won this race twice. The history of Platinum Jones Search Pro G bike running at this race, no one has ever won it twice. McLeod, Warriors versus Tres Cuarto. Need you to the lanes, please. McLeod, Warriors versus Tres Cuarto. Need you to the lanes, please, for round number 1.
Viene categoría Warrior versus Tres Cuartos a los carriles. Warrior versus Tres Cuartos a los carriles. Vamos arriba, llegó la hora de la verdad. Warrior versus Tres Cuartos, corredores a los carriles. Vamos arriba. Carriles 3, 4 y 5.
Here we go. Mark Rendeluke and Jordan Haas. First pair out. Platinum Jones Services Pro Street Bike. 1/10 of a second goes to Rendeluke. He's sticking with the top end of the racetrack. 6:55 to a quicker 6:53. A lot of smoke out of Jordan Haas's bike, but Mark Rendeluke gets it on a little baby hole shot. Wow, so all right, just wait to make sure everything's A-okay.